get started.
Without any further jibber jabber out of my dumbass mouth. But
somehow that's going to be the first thing people hear when they start this stream up.
Womp womp.
Desktop audio's good, mic audio's good, and welcome to another... I got bored with the Reaction Extravaganza label, so I decided to take a page out of Jerry Seinfeld's book. This is now the stream about nothing.
Yeah, because we ain't got shit for ideas. Can't copyright us there, bastards.
Yeah. So, I just want to give y'all a nice little heads up. I finally found a PS1 emulator that actually fucking functions. And so, I'm only going to be using it for games that have either never been localized here in the States, such as Policenauts or the Men in Black game that the AVGN played.
The Resident Evil clone?
Yeah, that fucking thing. Or, of course, the first video I'm going to do off of it is goddamn Pepsi Man.
Pepsi Man!
But, yeah, thanks to that game, I'm now craving some Coca-Cola.
Literally drinking DP right now.
I just got some. And now my dog wants to chime in.
Yeah, they brought me a 36-pack of Dr. Pepper, and it's like, are you people trying to fucking kill me?
Right.
I mean, I love you guys. Are you trying to fucking kill me?
Dude, there are going to be so many discarded cans, it's going to look like Mike Butters' apartment at the end of Pepsi Man.
Yeah, and my bowel movements are going to be like tar and colon foam. Hey, that was an AVG quote.
My favorite one...
Wow. He has a... Did you see his fridge? Filled to the brim with fucking Pepsi.
My favorite quote from him, from any of James's videos at this point, is still from his Home Alone video with Macaulay Culkin, where Mac goes, I would rather have a human be in a human centipede with the wet bandits. Marv in my mouth, Harry in my ass. I turned them into the sticky bandits.
Jesus Christ.
You can tell that one was just done on the spot because even James did not know how to react to it.
Yeah, I showed Lily that episode and she let's just say she choked on her wine. Just kidding. She accidentally spit it all over my face. Like, as soon as I start saying that, and it's like, this is not blood, this is wine. Thanks for your concern, though. Although it looks sort of like the blood vomit scene from 2013's Evil Dead.
Ooh.
And I was like, and she said, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry," and I just didn't say anything except, "How refreshing." I'm a smart ass, and I'm surprised she hasn't killed me yet.
Hey, that's how you know she's a keeper.
I mean, we just tied the knot last Friday, so...
Yeah, and major congratulations for that.
Appreciate it. I'll be sure to pass it on if she doesn't tune in, because she's busy right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so... what are we starting out with?
So, before we get into anything, the three most recent additions to this... to my content list you can see here. These are what I've got coming down the pipeline. Wednesday, I have a new Chris Hansen video going up, which we are going to premiere here on the stream.
I'm excited, because I know it's going to be funny.
Then on Friday, this coming Friday, I have a playthrough of the third Midnight Scenes game, The Nanny, going up.
Is that one of those horror indie games?
Yeah, one of those. Did you watch the first two that I did?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
so it's a new edition of that series.
yeah. As for your Chris Hansen video, the last one, I think it was the last one he did, but your reaction to the guy being 48?
Yeah.
48? And it's like, hey man, I want to hear it. My uncle's that same age and fucking still mooching off my fucking grandparents.
Right.
And I'm like, except I'm pretty sure my uncle's more retarded than that guy. By the way, Jeremy, if you're watching this, fuck you.
And if he tries talking shit, I'll just steal one from Filthy Frank. Shut the fuck up. Nobody even wants you here.
Yeah, he's just what you call a failed abortion. Like, sometimes I just want to call my grandma and say, excuse me, ma'am, your abortion survived and it's being a jackass.
Oh.
But then I would be quote unquote disrespectful, and it's like you let them boss you around for years. It's like, grow the fuck up.
Yeah. Moving
It's
away
like,
from...
Said with love. Said with love.
Moving away from that unpleasantness, next Monday, I'll be premiering the most recent edition of the Midnight Scenes series, From the Woods, which is actually a direct sequel to The Nanny.
Sweet.
So...
Why do I get the feeling it's like that frickin' creepy-ass grandma figure I've seen in some of these mobile games?
I mean, I don't play mobile games, so I'll just take your word for it.
I'll probably send you what I'm talking about once the stream's over with.
Yeah. But...
Yeah, just don't let me forget.
I'll try not to. But, with all that out of the way, let us go ahead and... I had to edit the Chris Hansen video so that NBC can't copyright it.
Yeah? You gotta do what you gotta do, man.
Yeah, I had to speed up the footage a little bit and apply a filter to the video.
And it's like, wait, that's illegal. No, it's not. It's fucking free country, bitch.
Yeah, it's called a transformative work. It's fair use.
Yeah. I think freaking part 2 of my DMC5 playthrough got a copyright claim, but it's only because the freaking Devil Trigger music and I'm showing all the cutscenes, and that's why these videos are so damn long, because I don't want to skip shit. But it's like, come on, it's just music in the fucking game. I'm literally not stealing movie footage or music video footage.
Yeah, I think if you go into options, that you should be able to find like a streamer mode that you can activate where it disables copyrightable music.
I'll have to look into that, thanks.
Yeah, that's how I did my Quantum Break video.
Noted.
Yeah.
Alright, let's get into this.
Yup. Guess who's back again. Hansen's back. Tale of Fred.
It was Sunday afternoon. We had one more man who was going to show up. He was coming over to meet a 14-year-old boy. And I believe we had a description of his car. So we see it pull up, and it's an SUV.
See, that, to me, is the scariest part of this whole thing. They never show up in vehicles that you would expect a pedo to be in. It's never, like, windowless vans or Mack trucks with long trailers attached or anything. It's always just a regular basic bitch sedan or an SUV. Just the regular Joe mobiles. Yeah, they never look like... More often than not, they never look like you would expect them to look, and they never drive the kind of vehicles you would expect them to drive.
Right. It's like, but the fucking windowless vans, man, it's like, are you serious? I remember one day, my senior year, I was on the bus, they were dropping us off in the middle school parking lot, because that was the designated drop-off area for high school students to walk home. And the maintenance van happened to be out front, and from behind me, I hear a goddamn freshman say, "Now that's the real rape van." And I'm like, who raised you? And I'm like, and from what I fucking heard, that same kid, when he turned 20, he was caught with child porn. It's like, that's one big oof. Don't talk to me, you nasty fucker.
God damn, son.
That's like how someone else in this class, freaking almost fucking year and a half ago, they fucking broke into their elderly neighbor's house and beat him to death because the voices told him he was gay and to kill him. And it's like, I always knew there was something wrong with that kid. Like, fucking psychopath, man.
Jesus Christ.
Like, literally, like, the kid, I went to school, I was a senior, the kid was a freshman, and every time he walked by me, he had that friendly smile, but it's like, there's something off about that kid. You ever went to school with that kind of guy?
You know...
Like, you can just tell they're not right.
I've pretty much blocked out most of my memories from high school because it's not a time of my life I'd like to remember.
Yeah. I felt that. But it's like, but yeah, about a year and a half ago, I see this fucking news story and I see who the kid was and I'm like, yep, I fucking called it. I goddamn called it. And his mom fucking bailed him out.
That figures.
And it's like, it's like that freaking Glory Hole Repair parody commercial video where it's like, Martha, you clumsy slut. Martha, you clumsy slut, you just banged the table into the wall. We'll have to show that. We'll show that video after we're done with this. But
oh Jesus,
good God! But the overall point I'm trying to make is, it's ironic how these things come full circle and these people get caught in the ways they do. You know?
Yeah.
It's like, I always knew the kid was a creep, and I always knew the other kid was a fucking psychopath. And hey, years later, I was proven correct.
Yeah. If you were on camera, you could do the "fuck you, I was right" dance.
Who says I have to be on camera? Fuck you, I was right. Fuck you, I was right. Fuck you, I was right. Two middle fingers up, motherfucker.
Alrighty.
Yeah, let's move on before this hits a womp womp.
Dilly's backing out now. He's backing out of the driveway. Looks like he's gonna park on the street.
Well, of course he's going to pull into the driveway, back out, and park on the street. It's the best way to make a quick getaway.
He gets out and goes to the rear passenger side. We think maybe he's going to get beer, pizza, stuff that we see these guys bring all the time.
But then he reaches in and comes out with a big 3-foot-long pink dildo.
Good God.
I wish he did, because then I could actually laugh, because, I don't know, I don't know if you've seen this particular clip.
I probably did a long time ago.
Yeah, get ready to just report another bra moment to Hunnigan.
Beep, beep, beep. Leon, what is it? Hunnigan, I'd like to report a bra moment. Leon, this is not a serious matter. Get the fuck off the line. And like, bitch.
Women.
Story of my life.
Instead, he grabs the hand of his 5-year-old son and leads him out of the car and up the driveway.
Yeah.
Wait, he brought his son to meet a minor?
He brought his 5-year-old son with him on this particular journey.
I now see where the title comes from.
Yeah.
It's like the foreman's going, dumbass.
Yes.
if stupid could fly, you'd be a fucking jet, man.
My favorite of that is after he catches them all in the basement high on weed, and he goes, I wish I had 2,000 feet so I could stick 500 of them in each of your asses.
We're gonna do the rest of those feet.
Or, you morons have just hung vacancy signs on your asses, and my foot's looking for a room.
Oh, God. Who's this? Oh, I know this one. It's the guy with the breathing problem.
Or, that one time Kelso got his hand stuck in a vase, and Red comes in and is like, what's going on in here? Oh, just a classic case of hand stuck in vase. Well, get it off, or you'll have a classic case of foot stuck in ass.
How would it have been to have a permanent dad? I would have died.
Yeah.
Cause of death. Oh, how did your son die again? Oh, I shoved my foot too far up his ass.
Yes.
And I nicked something. I might have nicked something important.
Yeah, I might have gotten his intestines entangled in my boot when I tried to pull it out.
Womp womp womp.
I mean,
Dumb days to die.
this week on 1,000 Ways to Die.
Butt and ass.
Yes. Oh,
They'll show the fucking X-ray on ridiculousness.
you're right. Fucking Mortal Kombat X-ray mode.
The only chances I'd have on Beyond Ridiculousness is if that video of my quote unquote scorpion ever leaked. Like 10 years ago there was a video of me on a skateboard and I tried to do a jump, but instead I faceplanted, my legs went up behind me. Scorpion.
Right.
Thank God no one's seen the video since 2014 because it made its rounds for about a year before it stopped.
Why do I want to see that video just to see if I could make it funny?
I'd have to kill you.
Fair enough.
Well, I'd leave it. Well, actually, you're the one person I trust to. I mean, I can laugh at it now, but I don't know where to find the video.
Right.
But if it ever surfaces again, I'll let you know.
Okay, then.
Should we continue?
Yes.
The hand of his 5-year-old son and leads him out of the car and up the driveway.
What? Wait. I'm sorry. What the fuck?
Dude, can you clip that and send it to me?
Yes. Yes, I will.
Just
You think this would make a good
where you go.
In fact,
Like this.
I love that bit. I'm just going to show it again.
My reaction, first time playing Resident Evil, and the facility blew up before I could get out.
Him out of the car and up the driveway.
Right. Wait. I'm sorry. What the fuck?
Okay, I'm good.
Okay. You think this would make a good suppository?
Apparently, the mother.
Okay, clip that too. Send it to me.
Definitely.
Yeah, this is what solidified the best man position if we ever decide to have a ceremony. I'm literally gonna show down a big screen at the wedding, like, this is why I made him my best man.
Right.
And I'll only invite people with a sense of humor.
Right.
I guarantee you, the person who's probably gonna laugh his ass off out of all of us is gonna be my brother-in-law.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
Like he has a hearty laugh. Okay, let's give me a second to catch my breath.
Okay.
Okay, I'm good. Let's move on.
Of the child, his wife, was working that day. He was in charge of the child and figured he'd just bring him along.
Woo-hoo! Father of the Year, fucking!
And there was a collective gasp.
Go around the back. This door doesn't open.
He's one of these guys who had a very short online chat, but then on the phone is graphic about what he wants to do.
If he was willing to bring his own kid into this,
I don't even want to know what was in the goddamn phone conversation.
Making the turn. Coming in the back door.
I really
And so
don't.
I'm thinking,
I'm too old for this shit.
I gotta tell you something.
He's
Was
literally
that this
dressed like my ex-boss, who was the karaoke manager, who turned out to be a sex offender.
Oh, the irony.
Yeah, hey, Dustin, if you're watching this, fuck you, you fat fuck.
Fuck you, sir.
Fuck everybody like you.
Ooh.
I'm referring to Dustin. Oh god, but seriously, the fucking irony, bro.
Yeah.
Who knows? You never know. That might be Dustin, because I know he has kids.
Oof.
Yeah, when you're a sex offender, you're not allowed near kids, but him and his wife had their kids living with them. And it's like, if you're still with him, because he's 40 years, when he was 24, he assaulted a 16-year-old. And now he's 40. And it's like, the fuck? It's like, your kids are living with you and that's fucking happening? Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not really surprised considering, well, chick's first name is Jade and every Jade I've met was a dumb, stupid bitch. Shit, I used to be friends with a girl who had that middle name and she was a fucking cunt, so.
Well.
Yeah, one of the she's on the list of people who took Harmony's side after we broke up.
Huh.
Yeah, it's like, bitch, block. it's like, I'm gonna quote Jeff Dunham and say, oh, got a little argument over the phone today, didn't you? Yeah, I hung up on her. Why'd you do that? I don't know. She called me right back and goes, did you hang up on me? I said, I don't know. Did it sound something like this? Click. Did it make her angry? Oh, I felt a disturbance in the force. If I had a dog for every time something like that happened with me and Harmony, like she'd just be talking and I just fucking hang up.
Right.
It's like, it's better than the alternative, what Leon does to Salazar in RE4 remake at the boss fight.
Right.
He talked too much.
Headshot.
What?
Headshot.
Like, he did what we all wanted to. Like, I think that's supposed to be a replacement for the knife in hand scene.
I think it is.
Either way, hey, both scenes are badass in their own right.
Yeah.
But Verdugo couldn't exactly rip a bullet out of his chest and fling it back.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I plan on picking up the RE4 remake after I get out of Super Mario tomorrow.
Fuck yeah.
So I still plan on on finishing my RE5 playthrough along with the 2 DLCs, but
Yeah.
I am going to be like right after that, I'm going to be jumping on the RE4 remake.
Yeah, you should like start up a Discord call on your phone and like have the camera pointed at your TV so I can watch it play. If that'll work.
Yeah, I don't know if that would work. Because the camera on my phone's kind of a potato. Although, even though I don't do commentary at all on my videos, I mean, we could just do it as a private Discord chat where I can actually, like, screen share, like, how I can screen share my browser to you through Discord. I can also do that with my Elgato capture card.
Alright, sounds like a plan.
So even if I'm not playing, if I'm not doing that for the channel, it's just a private thing between the two of us.
Yeah.
I mean, that's going to be after I do my full playthrough of the game any goddamn way.
Yeah, even though we are upgrading to the next Xbox, I might just buy for PS5 instead. So I can actually, so if I decide to do a full playthrough of it when I'm done with it, I can record it.
Right.
Because with Xbox, you can only record 10-minute clips. You can't even share them to YouTube. Only Twitter and texting and shit.
Huh. That's odd.
That's some bullshit.
Now you gotta say it like Lance Reddick. That's some bullshit.
That's some bullshit.
That reminds me, I need to watch The Wire.
I tried.
Yeah, just make sure that that's still going good. Okay.
I tried to do the impression.
Yeah.
I watched The Wire to hell and back.
I still haven't jumped on it. Although I may soon. All right.
Yeah, we should.
Sorry.
Yeah, we should. Like we can like do a discussion on it maybe once we're both finished with it.
Yeah.
Okay, shall we continue?
Yeah.
Coming in the back door.
And so I'm thinking,
I'm too old for this shit.
I gotta tell you something.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC. We're doing a story on adults eating children, and since you have your child here, I'm not going to pursue this, but I think you know what you were doing here, don't you?
No, I was just going to take some conclusion.
Take a boy out to lunch you met on the internet.
My guy, my pal, my friend, my confidant, my brother in Christ.
Don't shit on my plate and tell me it's a brownie.
My point is, because your child is here, I think it'd be best if you just went in.
I'm going to trademark that phrase, I don't care.
Huh?
I said, I don't care, I'm going to trademark that phrase. That is going to be my catchphrase.
Do it.
Do it. Do it.
That's just fuck, bro. That's fucking genius. I applaud you for that. Shall we move on?
Yes.
Yeah, you're good. I never into this again.
And while you're at it, as soon as you leave the house, leave your kid with your parents and just
Go play in traffic.
Sir, right there. You come here. You come here. Let go of the child.
As gently as the female officer scooped him up, he still had to see his father get arrested.
I legit hope your son disowned you when he got older.
Please give me my son, please. Please have my son, please.
You gotta remember that these guys who work with me on these investigations have done other investigations with me in some of the darkest parts of the world and exposed some of the most tragic things you could see happen to kids and people. And they were just blown away. I mean, some of these guys were in tears.
Yeah. Now you know why I can never be a police officer, because this guy wouldn't have lived long enough to take a seat in the cruiser.
based upon his interview with
Matt.
police.
Yeah, it would have turned into the ending of 7,
Hey, fucking man.
minus 5 minutes of Brad Pitt screaming, "What's in the box?"
What's in the damn box?
It's a great movie, though.
Yeah, true.
Kevin Spacey absolutely owns the last 30 minutes of it.
Isn't that the fucking villain in fucking Advanced Warfare?
Yes.
I keep forgetting that.
Yep, he was,
Huh?
Yep, he was, I forget his name because it's been a while since I played Advanced Warfare, but yeah, he was that guy.
Yeah, the last time I played Advanced Warfare, it wasn't a campaign, it was zombies.
Right.
Zombies and exosuits, that's fucking nightmare fuel.
Oof.
Especially when I know how to use them.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck this, I'm out of here. Okay, let's finish this off.
The chat log and everything else, it doesn't seem like he was going to involve the child in any sex act. He was going to set the kid up in a room with a DVD and go do whatever he was going to do with his 14-year-old.
I mean, that's not better, but... No, fuck that. There's no silver lining in this.
During his interview with police, he suggested that it was the lack of intimacy in his marriage that drove him to do this.
Lack of intimacy, my hairy ass. Dude, straight up. If your love life with your wife has flatlined to that degree,
You'd have been better off just getting a hooker.
There was a state investigation to see if the boy in any way had been abused. Pending that, relatives have told us that at first the boy was living with the mother, then the boy went to go live with other relatives because the mother took the father back in.
you think this would make a good tampon?
Did you say tampon?
Yes.
Jesus.
Yeah, well, I already used the suppository line.
Does that mean the same thing?
No, suppository is inserted up the ass.
Ah.
Okay.
Good God.
Now that that one is out of the way, I do hope we do not end up with another Filthy Frank situation in watching a Joe Santagato video. If I get an email about a copyright notice, I will get off the video immediately.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
Yeah, but just to be safe, we will go with one of his older... So Joe has a series on his YouTube called People of Walmart, where he just combs through various photos of people at Walmart on social media. Now, I have not encountered these types of this type of ratchetness in any of the Walmarts I've been to. Every Walmart I've ever gone to, the people who go in there are 100% normal, with the one exception of one time I went into a Walmart in my area and somebody had legit taken a shit in the produce area and tracked feces from produce all the way to electronics. I'm not going to say which one it was.
Bruh.
But that was one time where something abnormal happened to a Walmart that I frequent. So make of that what you will.
That's a bro moment and a half.
Yeah.
Wait till we react to the other top 15 Walmart stories after this.
Oh joy.
Oh, joy indeed.
Well, Let's go to his very first People of Walmart video.
Alright, so I've never actually been inside a Walmart in my entire life because there's not one of them in Queens, New York, where I live.
First off, tell me this guy doesn't look like a bargain bin Ryan Reynolds.
Sounds like one too.
Yeah, and he's not even Canadian.
He's American.
So I never understood why people wanted me to make a video about Walmart until I looked it up. And holy shit, some of the weirdest people in the world shop at this place. Let's have a look. First we got this lady who's just printing out pictures of her titties in the middle of Walmart.
Bro.
What the? Okay. Your react? Okay. That thing I see the clip?
What?
That's my react. That thing I see the clip, the one where it's like, what the fuck? Technical difficulties?
Yeah.
That's my reaction to that. Just if I actually scream it, she's gonna come out here and ask me what's wrong. Like she's gonna think I killed someone.
Right.
Jesus Christ, people.
Yeah.
You did a lie.
I mean, at least it wasn't a dick pic.
Oh God, don't give him any ideas.
You're right. Oh.
Like I remember years ago, you shared something on Facebook where they said they're gonna reboot Courage the Cowardly Dog and you said, don't give him any ideas.
Right.
Like, somebody stop him chasing him up again.
Right. Ugh.
Well, I think I'm ready for more awfulness.
The best part about this picture is like the sign next to her that has like suggestions of what you could print. Baby pictures, wedding pictures. She's like, nope, tits. Print them out. I want several copies of these tits in my hand in 60 minutes or less, or someone's getting fired. Oh God, I feel bad for this kid. It's probably his first day and already he has to deal with a lubed up bald guy.
Jesus.
This is the kind of shit.
Wow. After the events of End of Zoe, Joe really let himself go. I had to. At least he turned out better than Jack.
He just couldn't stand the grief of having to kill his own brother.
Are you fucking kidding me? He sounded like he was having a good time with those fucking robot gloves punching the shit out of his brother around.
Delayed grief.
Delayed grief. Okay, sometimes depression hits you like a mother bitch.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Sitting in a shopping cart. There's no amount of training that could prepare you for that situation. What the fuck do you say? Excuse me, sir, do you mind not being all lubed up for no reason? This is Walmart. Can you also get out of the shopping cart and stop smoking and put some shoes on? This guy's breaking like 40 fucking rules. Like, dude, get him out of there. Okay, someone explain this one. Fucking rules. Like, dude, get him out of there. Okay.
I sincerely hope that was not somebody's service dog. Or I sincerely hope that was someone's service dog.
Dude, remember, think back to one of the Walmart stories we reacted to in one of the last streams when that guy literally took a liquid shit out the fucking window.
Oh god, right.
Or that kid who was pissing on the counter and the woman panicked and her guardian panicked and flung her off, sending a stream of piss into the people behind her.
That's like a horse trail.
Yeah, that's one way to put it. Hey, I don't blame the kid. I blame the irresponsibleness of the fucking dumbass grandmother.
Yeah.
It's like if I saw that, I would just immediately call DCFS.
Yeah.
Or I don't know what it's called here, but just CPS.
Right.
Because if that was my kid, I'd be mad.
Yeah. That has to be like a horse walked through and left that trail or something.
Yeah. Like, I'm waiting, and with how much me and Lily cuss, I'm waiting any day now for Bella's first full sentence to be, I'm about to shit my pants. I'm sorry, but if that happens, I'm like, yep, that's my kid. She's not biologically mine, but she's my kid. Legally, she's my kid. Because I adopted her when I married her mom.
Right.
Like, she acts like she's not even mine, but she acts just like me, bro.
Hey, kids are sponges. They regurgitate what they see and what they hear.
Right. So I'm surprised she hasn't parroted a cuss word yet.
Oh, it'll happen. Trust me, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, because when me and Lily are gaming, we fucking drop F-bombs. We will drop F-bombs left and right.
Yeah.
Like her when she's playing Hogwarts. Yeah, that's her. Like her when she's playing Hogwarts Legacy, and me when I was trying to Jack Trilogy again. Like she'll literally just plainly go, "Fuck you." Like just like I'd be in the room trying to take a nap, and I hear her shrill, "Fuck you," and I just think Hogwarts Legacy and go back to sleep. I recently started playing the PS4 remastered version of Lego Harry Potter on the PS5. Like I just got past the troll in the bathroom boss fight.
Ooh.
Pain in the ass, but I got it.
That reminds me I still have to finish Sorcerer's Stone on PS1.
You do. I'm still waiting.
Yeah, I got stuck at this one part in Gringotts. It's like in like the second half of the game, and I'm just like, I was so pissed off I haven't come back to it yet.
Oh, so it's Operation Raccoon City before Operation Raccoon City. Got it.
Yeah, except Harry Potter actually functions better.
Yeah, and it does. I mean, don't get me wrong. I enjoyed the challenge that ORC provided, but it looks like a goddamn fan-made game.
Yeah.
Especially, I don't know if you noticed, but when you fire the weapons, the hammers on them don't go back.
Yeah.
Like in all the Resident Evil games, you fire a pistol, and the slide goes back. Operation Raccoon City, the bullet flies out, but a slide doesn't go back.
Right.
And same with the assault rifles and SMGs. You don't see anything going back dispensing a bullet. You just see the bullet flying out.
Well, that's what happens when you outsource.
I hope Capcom dropped a nuke on that studio. I'm gonna take that back just in case YouTube thinks it's a bomb threat.
Yeah, no, YouTube, it is not. He's using hyperbole.
It's kind of like when I'm playing online. It's like one time I was playing online with my friends, and I said, instead of saying I gotta go take a shit, I said I'm gonna go drop a nuke on Japan. I'll be right back. And everyone just started dying. Yeah, I said that. Hey, everyone just started dying. Everyone just started dying, and I said, so did them back then. And I'm like, you just turned a harmless joke, well, semi-harmless joke, into something irredeemable. I hope you're happy with yourself. But anyway, let's see what the story is behind this before we get canceled.
Someone explain this one. It looks like a dinosaur shit down aisle 6. There's no way that's human shit. It's gotta be a horse shit or something. It wouldn't surprise me at all if a guy rode into Walmart on the back of a horse and the horse was just shitting as he was shopping. No one's cleaning it. No one's like bothered. They're just like, oh yeah, just shut that register down and we'll just walk around it all day. Fuck it. Well, at least now we know where this shit came from.
Tidy, no longer whiteies.
It looks like a pair of that girl has got some issues with her shorts.
I really hope she sat on chocolate cake.
Yeah.
Or actually, well, how light that is? Caramel cake.
Yeah, or maybe she slipped and fell on mud.
One can only hope that that her at that age didn't actually shit herself.
And then decide to keep those shorts without bleaching them properly.
Yeah. It's like that one meme where it goes, I'm gonna brown. What? I'm shitsing? Like, I'm shitsing? Explosive diarrhea everywhere.
Ugh.
You know, it's ironic. Valentine's Day 2 years ago, I shared a photo on Facebook where it was a baby who had a poop explosion all over her back, and it said, fellas, for those with for those with baby fever this Valentine's Day season, look at this picture very carefully before you make any more decisions.
Right?
Literally 8 months later, my stepdaughter will be born, and 4 months after that, I come into her life.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, good God. I always say, if you want to have kids, take a nap. If you enjoy that nap, get circumcised.
I always think back to that Rodney Carrington bit where he goes, if you ain't got kids and you're thinking about having them, go to Chuck E. Cheese on Saturday. You'll leave there and go, buy you a dog, I ain't shitting you.
Well, if you're a grown man going by yourself to Chuck E. Cheese's, I hope someone calls the fucking cops on you.
Right.
Even if you're just taking the guy's advice, not trying to go in a creepy way, that's still fucking creepy.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm ready for this chick to be roasted again.
Good God. Lady, there is no way that you don't know that there's 2 handfuls of human shit in those pants. It's not even like a small amount where it's kind of like, oh, maybe she like moved suddenly and like it slipped out. No, this looks like it was pushed out. Like she flexed her whole body and an explosion of shit came out into her pants. And she was like, I feel fine, let's go shopping. It's so much shit. It looks like she slid into second base and just beat the tag. And then stood up and was like, I gotta go to Walmart real quick. I gotta buy some shit. Well, isn't this nice and safe? This little kid's got a plastic bag over his entire head. And his stupid mother's not fazed at all because she's distracted by the fact that the double stuffs are on sale for $2.98 today. Like,
parenting, wow, that's 2 parenting fails in one stream. How about that?
Yeah.
Good God, these fucking people.
One person brought his kid to what he thought was going to be a romantic rendezvous with a minor. The other person is too stupid to notice that her kid is about to suffocate himself.
Makes you wish that bitch was infertile.
Yeah.
Like, if you're that stupid, don't have any kids. Like, for real.
Well, every kid deserves a parent, but not every person deserves to be a parent.
Bruh. The scene in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air where his father leaves again, he goes on a rant to his Uncle Phil, To this day, I still cannot watch that scene without fucking bawling my eyes out.
I have never. I've never consistently watched that show.
But you know what scene I'm talking about.
I think I've heard of it, but to my knowledge, I've never seen it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those scenes where you say, I'm a man, I can do this. I'm not gonna cry, I can do this. Then you watch it, and your face basically explodes.
Right.
Like, I had the same reaction to Steve's death in Code Veronica, Mothra's death in King of the Monsters, and Damus's death in Jack 3. What, especially when right before he dies, it's Jack puts the pieces together and realizes that Damus is actually his father. Like his first word that comes out of his mouth after Damus passes away, he's just like, "Father," and he was pissed. He was pissed. You don't want to piss Jack off.
No.
That actually made me think of a joke. Dear people who type in all lowercase, we are the difference between helping your uncle jack off a horse and helping your uncle jack off a horse. Sincerely, capital letters. Womp womp. I'm in a good mood today, can you tell?
Yeah, I definitely can.
Like, I'm actually more frequent on the stream. I'm not like a depressed messing, or it's great.
Yeah. I appreciate that.
I guess that happens when you get married.
Yeah.
To a healthy person.
Yeah.
If we were in China, it probably would have been a different story. You know, arranged marriages, not always healthy.
Yeah.
Shall we move on?
Yeah.
Lady, I know it's a steal. It's a great price. $2.98? I would have bought 3 packs myself. But come on, your child is about to die, and if he dies, then you go to jail, which means that you can't enjoy the cookies that you're about to save a bunch of money on. So don't be stupid, okay? Alright, there's only 3 possible things that this could be.
I don't think you can push babies to the side of your stomach like that when you're pregnant.
Yeah, that is not a pregnant belly, and I'm pretty sure that is not a love handle. Somebody left the house without her slingshot on.
Or she's trying to smuggle something out and trying to act casual.
Right.
But when you said love handle, I'm like, oh god, can we please not make any boner jokes?
No, I wasn't even thinking about that.
Wait, that wasn't a boner joke?
No, I was referring to what are actually called love handles, or fat rolls, or a muffin top.
Yeah. Cute a clip of Penn. I don't know if it was Penn or Teller, but it was the one that goes, "You need to shut the fuck up."
That would be Penn.
Yeah, because Teller played Amy's dad on Big Bang Theory. Teller's the mostly silent one, but hearing him speak, it's just odd.
Only thing I know I've seen Penn in was he was in the first episode of season 2 of Miami Vice.
I'll have to look into that.
Yeah. And so was Gene Simmons.
Dude, did I mention to you that one of the main antagonists of Jack and Daxter is voiced by Dee Snider?
Yeah, I think you did tell me that.
Yeah, the front man for Twisted Sister.
Yeah.
But I think he's mostly a solo guy now.
I think so too. But
I mean, I would hope he's at least still friends with all his bandmates.
I would think so. Dude, watch some of those old Miami Vice episodes and your jaw will just drop at how many up and coming talents are on that show throughout all 5 seasons of it.
Oh, so kind of like Sons of Anarchy?
Yeah, I mean, the first season has an episode where Bruce Willis plays a rich douchebag arms dealer who's also an abusive husband.
The one time I want to see him die.
He's a real piece of shit in that episode, but he absolutely sells it.
I just hope I can still see him as a good guy and other things afterwards.
Oh yeah, you definitely can. Bruce was one of those actors where he could pretty much play anyone.
Yeah, he's like Liam Neeson. He makes up for the fact he's a really nice guy in real life.
Yeah. There are at least two.
And I think. Go ahead.
There are at least 2 episodes I know of that Ving Rhames was in.
Oh, you mean the guy with this voice?
Yeah, the guy who now is doing all the Arby's commercials.
That's Ving Rhames?
Yes.
I mostly know him from zombie movies.
From Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead.
And he also voices and does facial capture for a character in the 2017 Call of Duty World War II Nazi Zombies mode.
That doesn't surprise me.
He's the only character I play as, because I'm sorry, I think Ving Rhames is a certified badass.
He also plays Luther Stickle in the Mission Impossible movies.
Yes. Like I said, he's a certified badass.
Yeah,
I just think Ving Rhames is fucking awesome. Sue me.
Yeah, there was one episode where Ed O'Neill played an undercover FBI agent who's just kind of burned out on the edge.
Yeah.
Al fucking Bundy as a burnout undercover cop.
Bruh.
I think in the series finale they had Ian McShane as a cartel boss.
Jesus.
Yes. Pre-Al Swearingen, Ian McShane.
Yeah.
There was also an episode where Ted Nugent played a hitman who was trying to kill Don Johnson.
Okay, if you keep doing this, you're gonna make my brain explode. So I'm just gonna get my thought in, and we're gonna continue the video. Not being a smartass, I'm just saying you're gonna cause me to want to hop off the stream and go watch that shit. But we got a full.
Right.
But I was just gonna say, but back to the whole Bruce Willis thing. Like, have you seen his Death Wish movie?
Yes, I actually have it.
What do you think of it?
He's no Charles Bronson, but he doesn't have to be. He just has to be Bruce Willis, and for what that movie is, I think it's much better than Death Wish 5. But
no,
But it ain't no Death Wish 1, it ain't no Death Wish 4, and it ain't that Kevin Bacon movie Death Sentence.
Yeah. I've heard some people say that they feel like Liam Neeson would be a better replacement for Charles Bronson, but I think Bruce Willis killed it.
Well, that movie was originally...
No, really, he killed it. No, really, he killed it. Literally, he killed in that movie.
Well, that movie was...
he killed the raw. He killed people, damn it.
Well, at first that was supposed to be Sylvester Stallone. And then he dropped out to do other things, and then it was going to be Liam Neeson. And then he dropped out to do other things, and it wound up being Bruce Willis.
Dude, best part in that whole fucking movie? No, chewing a Dorito.
You the ice cream man?
What?
Are you the ice cream man? Who the fuck are you? Your last customer. Fucking Mac dubs him.
Fucking. and just walked away like it was nothing. Like, I was like, literally, I saw that in the theater and my fucking jaw dropped.
I mean, he is Bruce Willis. It probably was nothing.
And I started clapping in my seat. And people just people were fucking turning around smiling at me. As if they're like, we'll let that slide. That was fucking awesome.
Because it was.
Okay, we got our thoughts out of the way, so should we see what the story behind this is?
Number 1, it's a tit. One of the biggest and saggiest tits in the Northern Hemisphere. 2, she's discreetly trying to steal a basketball from Walmart by stuffing it into her shirt. Or 3, she's currently going through the first ever sideways pregnancy. Like the baby's just growing on her fucking hip. I refuse to believe that that's a tit, because if it is a tit, then I'm pretty sure, like, on a good day, she could tuck it into her pants. And no way. Please tell me this is a joke.
Dude!
Wait, what?
Hold on.
And no way. Please.
Homeboy is blow drying.
Oh my god!
Homeboy is blow drying his ass crack.
I had to get a second look, and I'm really wishing I didn't ask you to rewind.
Okay.
Please tell me this is a joke.
Okay, it's off the screen. I'm okay. My eyes are not bleeding anymore.
Why am I suddenly thinking of that time Upchurch said, like, legit, I walked into a public bathroom and saw a guy shitting in a urinal. It's probably some fucking liberal. I'm exercising equality! I mean, that's cool, but it still ain't gonna flush.
Some poor guy's gonna have to pull that out. It's like, did you think about that? No, you only fucking think about yourself, you fuck.
Yeah.
Fucking liberals, man. I don't know what's worse, liberals like that, or the fucking Amber Heard stands on Twitter. It's like, I don't care. If you're a fan of Amber Heard and you're watching this video, fuck you.
Yeah.
I've been calling her Amber Turd long before it was known she shat in his bed.
Yeah.
But well, let's move on before I go on to a full-on rant and probably get the stream cut.
Yeah.
I blurred it to be safe, but for those of you who can't even process it enough to figure out what the fuck's going on in this picture, let me tell you. There is a man, butt naked, bent over in front of a hand dryer on a bathroom wall, drying his ass. I'm gonna give you time to let that settle in.
There goes my appetite.
Time's up. What the fuck? There is less than 0 reasons as to why you are naked in a Walmart bathroom.
There are 0 reasons to be naked in a public restroom.
Was that guy on crack or something?
You know, it wouldn't surprise me.
You know, I bet you that was at a cater Walmart. And we just saw a swamp donkey in its natural environment.
Oh.
Hey, we came up with that term ourselves for Decatur hookers, but we can use it for this guy.
Actually, I stole that term from Infinite Edge Intensity.
Oh well, we can still fucking trademark it.
Yeah, we can still use it. To our heart's desire. That's an insult that's in the public domain.
Fuck it.
Okay.
Okay, let's just get this one out of the way.
There is also no reason why your ass should be wet to the point where you feel the need to strip naked and bend over in front of a hand dryer to fucking dry it. It's a hand dryer, not an asshole dryer. Then we got this guy walking around like he's Stanley Yelnats from that movie Holes, walking around with lizards all over him. What the hell's going on? You couldn't leave the lizards at home for fucking 8 seconds? And what the hell is this? What the hell's going on? You couldn't leave the lizards at home for fucking 8 seconds? And...
Dude!
goddamn.
Homeboy, first off, Homeboy's got the pants so high he might as well be Urkel, suspenders and all.
He's just missing the glasses.
But second, well, it doesn't show his face, so he might have glasses on.
You never know.
But second, he is wearing 2 belts along with the suspenders. One belt on his pants and one wrapped around his hips.
Damn.
He looks like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Don't insult my boy like that. if he freaking pulls off your rope and freaking squishes you, I will not protest.
Fair enough.
Okay, let's move on.
And what the hell is this? Those have to be this guy's favorite pair of pants ever. Because he's fucking strapping them in tight. Those pants aren't going anywhere. You got 2 belts, suspenders. Are you shitting me? This guy looks like he's about to go skydiving. I'd be willing to bet that he pisses himself 9 times out of 10. Because to get all that off, it probably takes forever. I'm so glad that there's no Walmarts in my neighborhood. I don't think I ever want to go in one. What the hell's going on at this place? Are there no rules? Well, that's all for this week's video. Don't forget to subscribe and all.
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe after midnight, if there are any Walmarts that are still open 24 hours a day.
Oh, shit is wild.
Because I know the Walmarts in my area are not open 24 hours a day.
It'd be the 3rd video.
Oh, SpongeBob looking ass. SpongeBob is not having a good day here.
Literally that face says, "Please kill me."
Yes.
Yeah, Walmart gets pretty freaking wild, bro.
I just remember that bit Jeff Foxworthy had where he says, Walmart after midnight makes The Walking Dead look like America's Next Top Model.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
that's a goddamn moment.
Yeah, the Walmarts in my area are not open 24 hours. In fact, I think they actually close around like 10 or 11 o'clock. Which is smart because then you don't get the meth heads coming in.
Yeah. Well, you're always going to get meth heads. It's up to you whether you want them to be violent or friendly.
Yeah.
It's like frickin' Decatur, Illinois has crackhead Sherry. Can I get that dollar? No, Sherry. Fuck off before I call the cops.
Yep. 16 going on 80 looking ass.
Willie Nelson with Willie Nelson's ball sack with 2 eyeballs drawn on it looking ass.
Yes.
Okay, so we on one of the previous streams we reacted to the video on top, but now we're about to react to 15 more news stories, hopefully.
Top 15 true, funny Walmart people stories. Oh,
well, I hope if they're true, that just adds to the comedy.
Yeah.
Number 15. I work at Walmart, horrible job, as an electronics sales associate. The other day, this man walked in between the ages of 65 to 70. He proceeds to walk up to me and says that he has a few questions. I tell him I'll answer his questions to the best of my ability. He walks me over to the external hard drive aisle and asks me if he can put pornography on this device. So instantly, I'm like, what the hell? I'm trying to contain myself from not laughing, because it's the strangest question a customer has ever asked me. So I act professional as I can, and proceed to answer him, telling him it was capable of holding any files he pleases to put on it. He then asks me if he can put about 1,000 hours of porn on one of them. Again, I'm trying not to laugh. I then told him his best bet would be a 2 terabyte external hard drive. For the next half an hour, he's still asking me questions until he guides me over to the laptop aisle. This is where I almost lose it. He says he has about 1,500 DVDs worth of porn that he wishes to play on a netbook he wishes to purchase. I stood there for a few seconds asking myself, what could someone possibly be doing with 1,500 DVDs of porn?
I mean, first off, bro, I mean, I know we all have our hobbies, but goddamn. Second,
Dude's got problems.
Second, notebooks don't have disk drives in them, so you would have to buy an external DVD player or DVD rip, a device to rip your DVD files straight from the disk onto the computer to then put into your hard drive. My guy.
What the hell?
Plus, you're in your late 60s, if not early 70s. I don't think your dick works anymore.
Probably not. I'm just, what the hell?
Right?
Like, this isn't even, like, this isn't even a bro moment. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Seriously.
I need to find the meme on my phone that says, this isn't even a bro moment. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
And also one that goes, go to horny jail. Funk.
Okay. Let's just move on.
Okay, let's move on.
How does someone even have that much time to download that many files? I start telling him that he would need an external disk drive to play the DVDs on the netbook, since it doesn't contain an optical drive. He then thanks me for the help and walks away and exits the store. And here I am wondering if the guy was just screwing with me or not. Once the guy left, I told one of my co-workers what the fuck just happened, and we both burst into laughter. Gotta love working at Walmart, where the weirdest people go. Number 14. This was roughly in August of 2007, before my unfortunate anniversary, and in the heat, there was a bit of a buzz in the air. Probably just the story model team, to be honest. Suddenly, and to my surprise, a rather rare request comes through. Which is your most expensive television? Yeah, I sell phones, but nobody's buying. Right this way, ma'am. So we chit-chat for maybe 5 minutes, and she picks the 52-inch projection high-definition TV. Even though it's merely a projection TV, this is one heavy, unwieldy son of a bitch. I head to the back for a pallet jack and a box TV. I head to the register, begin to cash her out, and I ask, so, is your vehicle large enough to hold this? Oh, I'm not taking it home. We're just gonna return this up front as soon as we're done here. Well, you're a bitch, aren't you? I digress, yet again. Why you...
Why?
We need to clip that, but we need to freaking clip that voice clip.
Why would you...
You're a bitch, aren't you?
That's as dumb as... Yo, we've sold PS5 consoles that come bundled with God of War Ragnarok, and I shit you not, people have been buying the PS5 bundles, taking them home, redeeming the God of War digital download codes, and then returning the entire bundle to the store with the code pretty much rendered completely useless.
That's just robbing someone else of the potential opportunity to have the game.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna waste their money on it and then take it home and realize, hey, this code's fucking useless.
Yeah, which I mean, I prefer to own my games physically anyway, but that's still that's a dick move.
That is a dick move. And a certified bra moment.
Yeah. Jesus. Like, why? That's a waste of money. That's a waste of time and energy.
No fucking shit.
You ask, would someone go to Walmart, buy the biggest TV they have, and have the man willing to help you load it, take it only to the front desk for return? A manager happened by. Turns out this woman had already revealed her illicit plan. She had 2 money orders made out to some electric company and to a gas company that she wanted to cash at service desk. Due to money laundering concerns, Walmart doesn't just hand over $1,800 for money orders written for bills. She was attempting to cash these orders by way of the Walmart's rental agreement, what our electronics manager called the return policy. So manager stopped this potential fraud in the act and denied the transfer. She threatens to call the police because I want my money and you won't give me my money. Managers say, just a moment, and head for the electronics phone. Loss prevention shows up and she's slowly and steadily ushered away.
Yeah, oh my god. Oh, dude.
What the hell?
You're lucky there were no cops in that Walmart at the time, because, yeah, that's insanely fucked.
I just fucking cannot with the stupidity of some people today.
I'm just thinking back to that one bit Foxworthy had about this guy walking into Walmart, which we probably covered this on a previous stream. The guy walked into Walmart, presented a clerk with $1 million bill, and asked for change. And Jeff Foxworthy goes, "We don't keep that kind of money. You need to go to the cigarette counter for that."
Yeah, I think that was actually in a World's Dumbest Criminals video we watched.
Yeah. And then he mentions saying this near a cashier at another place, and she goes, I bet it was a counterfeit $1 million bill. Kind of like your high school diploma, huh?
No shit, it's fucking counterfeit.
Jesus. Wow. That's... Okay, that is something I did not know, is that people could actually have money orders made out, and then they just launder money through refund policies.
This isn't a fucking Russian mob. Get the hell out of here.
Do not do this. Absolutely do not do this. Not only is it not worth going to jail over, it is an absolute dick move.
Yeah, fuck you.
Fuck that.
Yeah. But mostly fuck you. No, I'm kidding.
All the while shouting, I want my money! Give me my money! She's pretty upset that her plan didn't work. So, probable money laundering attempt was thwarted that day. Police may have been involved, but I was laughing out sighs of relief that the tensest scrap I had dealt with was past. And I knew I had that story to tell. Number 13. Not my story, but my favorite coworker of all time. Jason told me that one time he was helping a customer take a television, CRT type, out to her vehicle. He and another employee had put the TV in and pushed it up as far as it would go. The customer reached up and tried to shut the hatch. It bounced and started to open again. The customer reached up and tried again. By this time, the customer's husband was at the vehicle and suggested that maybe she try moving the TV before trying to shut the hatch again. Rather than heed his advice, the woman gave the hatch a mighty heave and the rear window exploded into innumerable pieces. The man looked at it and said, well, it's in there now. My friend covered his mouth and booked towards the store. He said he had never laughed so hard about someone else's misfortune in his life. Number 12.
The fuck?
I don't even...
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that was about either.
I have a clip saved in my, I have something clipped that I'm just going to play on the stream, that could easily summarize how I feel about this.
This is so stupid I can't quantify it.
that again?
This is so stupid I can't quantify
it. Yeah, pretty much.
It's a CRT TV. I mean, first off, that's going way back.
Yeah.
Secondly, my God, seriously? You put your CRT TV in the bed of the truck and you couldn't even bother to have enough room in the bed to put it in proper? Did I hear that correctly?
Just the fuck. Again, this isn't even a bra moment. What the hell is wrong with you?
Seriously.
It's only gonna get worse.
Oh boy.
I was bagging groceries last night when a lady came through with a baby in a car seat in the basket of her cart. She had a lot of groceries that I'm assuming she'd had under and around the car seat. So when I bagged them, I was putting them back, under and around the car seat. I wasn't sure where else to put them if not there, right? It's not like I could put them on top of the baby, right? Well, as I'm placing stuff carefully under the baby's mum says, "Oh, hon, you can just put some of this stuff on top of him," and pats the canopy. The phrase, "But ma'am, that's a baby," almost escapes me, but I choke it down, nod, and continue putting stuff under the baby, under the cart, in the seat of the cart, etc. At this point, the cashier, my favorite cashier, is trying and failing not to laugh at both the absurdity of me being told to put groceries on a baby and my increasingly desperate attempts at finding places for bags. I got all but a bag of chips squared away, and there was just no more room. So as they walked away, I set the bag of chips on top of the car seat, turned back to the cashier and whispered in horror, "I put the chips on the baby." Which I believe is the most absurd thing I've said on the job so far.
The fuck?
Child abuse.
No, you do not put your groceries on top of your baby, you absolute walnut.
Yeah, the fuck?
I got nothing.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
I have no fucks to
Number
give.
11.
The run up dry. I try to go fuck shopping, but there's not fucks left to buy. No more fucks to give. Not a single fuck is left. I've reached my fuck limit, and I'm now in fucking debt.
Close enough.
Yeah, close enough. I haven't got that song in a minute.
Yeah.
I work at a big box retailer in the US. One that is really flexible with its policies on such things as hair color and tattoos. Which is great since I've got some decently sized tattoos on my arms. Now, keep in mind that I live in Northeast Florida, which is very stereotypically southern in attitude. So, to live in this sort of area and to be female with a few tattoos is open season for snide remarks. Which tends to get a whatever you do you sort of reaction from myself. But it gets better. I have bright purple hair. I love it and all of my co-workers love it, which is great. I tend to get a few compliments from sweet older ladies, which I find adorable. But not this guy. He comes through my line and throws his things up onto my belt without a second look, as he's engrossed in his cell phone. I chirp at him some greeting with my best retail voice, and he finally looks up from his phone. He gives me a quick look over and gives me a glare. "So I can only assume you're a meth." I laugh as I'm totally floored by this accusation, and I can't believe what I'm hearing. I finish picking up my jaw up off the floor and shake my head. No, not at all. Why would you even ask that? Well, people who aren't on drugs don't have that hair color for one, and secondly, only people who are on drugs have such visible tattoos. I mean, really, how did you even get a job here? Don't they drug test? I've never touched a hard drug in my life. Well, I don't believe that for a second. You should be ashamed of yourself. coming around here looking like that? Why don't you go back to where you came from and take your druggy friends with you?
If you openly and loudly shame someone for their hair color and tattoos just because you don't like it, shut the fuck up. You're a fucking cunt. Shut the fuck up. You're a stupid cunt. Suck my dick. Shut the fuck up. Stop being a fucking cunt. Shut the fuck up. Nobody even wants you here.
Fuck you very, very much. No, seriously. Fuck you. Fuck you, Kevin.
That probably was his name.
What?
That probably is his name.
I was referring to the male Karen, but okay, sure.
Yeah, I know. Like, Jesus Christ, dude. Do you have no social skills whatsoever? Like...
It's like when we were reacting to the fucking male Karen at the beach.
Like, I have autism and I know you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah, literally. It's like, yeah, keep your fucking belief of God, like, nothing wrong having a belief of God, but keep it over there, and it's like, we're literally not breaking any rules over here. Maybe fuck off. And do you not realize you're on fucking camera? You know it's gonna... And you're about to be fucking roasted by people all over the globe.
Yeah, Jesus fucking Christ.
It's like, I'm sorry, but if you act like that, you're not a real Christian.
No.
That's my belief, and I'm Mormon. Like, you're not Mormon, you're not Christian, you're just a dick.
Ugh. So.
Like, and the way he was talking about it, he was trying to say, oh, well, there's perverts around. Yeah, and they're fucking having to deal with your perverted ass right now. Fuck off already.
It's like, yeah, there are perverts around. We're looking at one of them.
Yeah, we're videoing one, and we're about to fucking roast the shit out of them.
Yeah.
Shall we move on?
Yes.
Now, I've lived here all of my life, and there's a bit of a drug problem and a large transient population. It's always been that way, and it's not likely to change anytime soon. Sir, like I've said, I've never used any sort of drugs like that. Your total comes up to such and such number. I'm going to be using my card since I don't trust giving you any money. See, I know about you people on meth. Blue meth is like the best meth, right? I know about it. I saw it on TV. Did he just talk about Breaking Bad as if it was a documentary? I'm now laughing on the inside because he's got to be screwing with me, right? He slides his card through the reader and shakes his head again. Well, now that I know that this retailer doesn't drug test, I'm never coming here again. Who knows what could be in the things here? I'm going to be calling corporate about this store. This store has gone downhill so fast.
Allow me to open my clip folder again with,
This might be hard to believe, but are you aware that nobody gives a shit?
Bruh. Perfect.
He literally just did the Karen, I'm never coming back to this store again. As if the whole place is just going to go completely bankrupt from losing one jackass customer.
That's not how it works, buddy.
Yeah. Hence the
It's
Filthy
like-
Frank
it's
clip.
like- Yeah, it's like, I tell you to blow it out your ass, but you probably decapitate yourself.
Jesus.
Why don't you stick your head up your ass? See if it fits.
Yeah. Ugh.
How I feel about most of my in-laws. Anyway, moving on.
I had him his receipts and his items, and he practically runs out of the store. I turn to the lady behind him and shrug at her, completely dumbfounded. She looks at me, then to my hair, then to the back of the guy, who still isn't out of the store yet. She shakes her head, laughs, and says something about if you can't say something nice. After I tell my supervisor about the whole incident afterwards, she laughs it off and says that if she happens to hear anything from corporate, she'll be the first to let me know. In the meantime, my co-workers have been dropping Breaking Bad references for the past 2 weeks. Number 10. We have 3 sets of self-checkouts at our store. The slow, the busy, and the dead. I was supervising the busy set, and they were busy that night, when a guy wheeled up a massive cart full of groceries. I took a second to greet him and scan his case of water and a bag of dog food so he wouldn't have to lift them, and then I went back to driving myself crazy trying to babysit 6 machines. The guy was there for maybe 5 to 10 minutes, scanning and bagging, and a couple of times I helped him by having him put some of the bagged groceries in the cart and clearing the weight difference when he ran out of room in the bagging area. When he finally finished scanning and paying, he looked at me and scowled. "Thanks so much for all your help." As he walks away muttering, he says, "You're standing there while I do all the work." Like, my dude, did you see me running from customer to customer trying to help 6 people at once? I'm running 6 registers right now. I don't have time to hold your hand like in a regular checkout lane. If you want someone to hold your hand, there's a checkout lane 5 feet to the left of here where we will literally do everything for you. Someone will even unload your cart onto the belt and take it to your car for you. You came to self-checkout. Number 9.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
Huh.
That's why it's called self-checkout. It kind of speaks for itself.
Yeah. That's just...
I should just keep my clip folder open so I could just go straight to them.
Do it.
You're a stupid dumbass.
I really need to reuse that one.
I'm a 3rd shift cashier at a large chain big box store in a rural area. Not long ago, we had a rash of counterfeit money coming through our area. Our own store had at least 2 counterfeit bills slip past cashiers, and one even got past our accounting office to make it back into the next day's new register bags that we used to set up our drawers. We've been getting hit with small bills, including counterfeit 10s and 5s. Although the plague of counterfeits seems to have passed now, I have always checked every bill bigger than $1 that is handed to me. As I've caught one bill that was resistant to the checking markers, I hold the bill up towards the light as I count them, eyeballing them, as my eye is much better and faster at catching fakes than the markers. I've gotten so I can usually do this very quickly. Now, a few weeks ago, I had a particularly grouchy customer. We'll call her Grouchy Woman.
Oh,
Now,
boy.
Grouchy Woman wasn't overtly hostile. She was quiet, passive, and gave off a vibe of being thoroughly displeased at having to be at our store or put up with us lowly retail employees. She expressed...
Lady Demetresque looking ass.
Nobody gives a shit.
Bruh. That's a huge bitch.
passive irritate.
I actually have saved that sound bite for trying to remember. I'm trying to remember if I put it in my regular clips folder or if I put it in my sound bites. Oh nope, I actually do have it saved in my clips folder.
That's a huge bitch.
Perfect.
At the way I did things by scowling or by how she grabbed her bags. But she didn't say anything while I was checking her merchandise, so I ignored her huffs. Finally, it came time to tender the transaction. She paid with a card, no problem. She selected cashback, still no problem. Would you like that back in 20s or broken up? Just $20. I counted out her money and handed it to her, thinking she would be on her way. Instead, she holds it up to the light, as I often do, looking at the bills closely. I don't mind this in the slightest, as counterfeits have gotten past our cashiers before, and I wouldn't blame customers for being cautious. When I receive money back as a customer, I will always double count it and check it. You always do this when I give you money, so now I'm doing it. I smile politely at her. Well, I don't blame you. We have had several counterfeits come through recently, and you can never be... She cuts me off. None of the other cashiers do it. I should call corporate on you. Then she quickly grabs her cart and goes. It takes me a few minutes to process what she said, as it was completely out of the blue. As it dawns on me what she threatened to do, I just had to stifle a laugh. I wanted to say, yes, please call corporate. And tell them that I'm the only cashier doing my job and protecting their assets right after we got hit with a wave of counterfeits. I would love if you did that. But she was already gone. Number 8.
Pussy.
It surprises me that I haven't clipped Hank Hill saying, "What a bitch," yet, because that would be the perfect one to use.
Amen, brother. Amen.
Tom was a cashier at a well-known grocery franchise. It was kind of a slow day, which was rare at this particular store. I rang up this older lady, she'll be Lady A, who had maybe 4 to 5 small items. So I finished her transaction and handed her her change. She moved to the end of my register to put her change away and look for her car keys. No big deal. The next woman had 13 items, all of which were bags of chips and some soda. I quickly rang her up and...
Somebody was having a party.
And it's like when he wrote. So yeah, that's literally the definition of woke up on the wrong side of the bed.
Yeah. If I'm gonna buy items in bulk, I'd probably go to like Sam's Club or Costco. Do what Larry the Cable Guy does. Get about 200 gallons of KY jelly and about or 2 big old gallon drums of KY jelly and about 900 cocktail weenies. That's it.
Yeah.
The in-laws are coming over. They like to party.
That reminds me, I'm definitely due for a haircut.
So am I.
Yeah, just be careful. Try not to piss off the person with the scissors near your neck.
Yeah.
Because the last thing you'll see is your blood spraying across the mirror.
Yeah, that... I have more respect for them than that.
Right. Especially if it's the full-on metal scissors. Or a razor.
Yeah, ooh. I don't think the one that I go to offers shaves.
Yeah. This is what happens to snitches. The last thing, Ernie, yeah. Snitches get stitches. Ernie suddenly shouts out. The last thing Bert ever saw was his own blood spraying across the mirror. That's a foobar meme and a half.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I sent that one to you.
I think you did a while back.
Bert and Ernie learned the consequences of injecting heroin directly into the eyeball. When the two, it's a picture of drunk on ice cream SpongeBob arguing with Mr. Krabs. Like when the two retards are fighting in the special ed room.
Oh.
Or when the homeless man's arguing with the drunk man. Hey, when you open the door to the special ed room, it's that kid running all weird like, I'm free! We'll have to look at that once this video's over.
Oh boy.
It's golden. But that's the definition of when he opened the door to the special ed room, the retired kid tries to escape.
Right.
Handed her a receipt and sent her on her way, happy there was no line behind her for a minute. Lady A, who was still standing at the end of my register, comes up to me and says, "Excuse me, but that woman who you just rang up had 13 items. This is a 12 items or less line." Okay, it isn't a big deal. There's no line and she's taken care of. I don't believe you understand. This is a 12 items or less line, and that woman had 13 items.
Nobody gives a shit.
You're both wrong. I'm sorry, I didn't keep you or anyone else waiting. Your transaction was complete, so I don't see the big deal. Well, you're wrong. And I'm going to the customer service desk about this. And she stormed off, complained that I took someone with 13 items after her transaction was over, might I add, on the 12 items or less line, suggested I be suspended for not following rules, gave me a dirty look, and left. Both my manager and I laughed. Oh man, I love retail customers. Number 7. A few months ago, when I worked as a cashier, a woman placed 2 large pots on the conveyor belt and told me to check the price of each pot. So I checked the first pot and it comes up $12. I checked the next pot and it comes up $18. Then, in the rudest voice imaginable, she said, "Why is that one $18? That shouldn't be $18 if the other pot is $12. That's ridiculous. I'm not paying that. They're literally the same item. No, change it. I'm not paying $18 for the same item."
Change it as if the cashier has any power to do that.
Fucking retards.
The prices of those items come down from corporate. Cashiers literally have no power over that.
Yeah, tell that to the dumbass Karens of the world. Just, bruh, what the hell?
I'm gonna end up overusing this clip on the stream, I swear.
Nobody gives a shit.
Now, I didn't interject during her little outburst. I just let her keep talking. When she finished, I took a look at the pots. The $18 one was noticeably larger than the cheaper one and was grey rather than black like the other. Also, when I read the tags for them, I noticed that they weren't even made by the same company. So I began attempting to explain this to her. "Ma'am."
See, there's your first mistake. You can't use logic and reasoning with Karens because it doesn't exist. Not with them.
Yeah. The fuck?
These 2 items are not the same. The more expensive one is larger, and if you look at the tags here, why are you showing me the tags? I'm a teacher, I can read, honey. Because they're not the same item. Look at the tags, they're not even made by the same company. But they're clearly the same item, so it doesn't matter what your tags say.
This woman is a teacher?
Must be Sanguine Valley, because it doesn't get more stupider than that. That's the high school I graduated from.
Well, I am gonna have to reuse another clip.
You're a stupid dumbass.
Classic.
Yeah.
Then why do you think they came up with...
That'll never get old. That will never get old.
Yeah. Oh, agreed.
2 different items with 2 different prices when I scanned them? It's obviously a mistake. Send for the manager because I'm not paying $18. I demand the price be changed to $12. No, I'm not calling anyone for this. Either buy something or step aside so the next person in line can be serviced. Now at this point, she simply refused to move from the register, blocking the next person in line from coming up. This, of course, left me with no choice but to do what she wanted and call for the assistant manager. When he arrives, I start explaining the situation to him. But while I'm talking, she interrupts me again and orders him to change the price, saying, "Those are the same items. They should both be $12. Change the price." Then the assistant manager scans the items in, changes the price of the $18 one to $12, gives her the pots and tells her to have a nice day. The exchange that followed between me and the next person in line summed the situation up perfectly. So, if I just throw a tantrum, I can get whatever I want in this place? Well, evidently, yeah. No.
That sets a very bad precedent for the rest of the customers.
Yeah, you're literally just telling everyone online, hey, you act like a screaming white bitch too, well, we'll lower prices for you too.
That's
just, what the fuck, man? What the actual fuck?
This is why I can't be a manager or a supervisor, because I have no chill.
I would just, if I was the manager, I would just pick her up and throw her out the fucking front door. Nope, you're done. Yeet.
Now, I've been fortunate in that I haven't had any encounters with Karens yet, but that's because I don't work in the register area.
Oh, just wait, man. Just you wait.
Yeah, well, you couldn't pay me enough to work a register.
Yeah, fuck that. I'm better off just not working at Walmart because I can't be a greeter. I can't be a greeter because first bad day, welcome to Walmart, get your shit and get out.
Yeah, you'd be a regular Walter.
Huh. Today I stood in front of the IRS building and just flipped them off. Some men just want to watch the world burn. That's Walter.
Yeah. Okay.
I really hope it doesn't get to that point.
Number 6. Yesterday I had the most confusing experience of my retail life so far. I still haven't figured out what the hell happened. I work in a grocery store, and I just about finished serving this woman, with another customer behind her in line with all her stuff on the conveyor belt, when this man just walked up and stood with my customer by the register. He waited until I finished up bagging the last of her stuff, and then held his card out. Before I put through your payment, do you have a rewards card? My wife has it. I turn to the woman and she passes me over her rewards card. As I'm scanning it, I hear her say, "Oh, I didn't know you could do 2 at once." Now, I don't understand what she means, and I'm assuming she's just talking to her husband. Any cash out? $200, please. I add the cash out to the grocery total. Ready when you are. The man swipes his card, pays, and I hand him over the cash. The minute he takes it, he turns around and walks out of the store. I turn around back to the lady, only to notice she has a handful of cash. "You're all done." "But I haven't paid yet." "Oh, your husband just paid." I've never seen that man before in my life. That's why I said I didn't realize you could do 2 at once. I thought you were running both our transactions at the same time. What? Oh my God, that man just paid $180 for her shopping on top of the $200 cash out he got. I turn around, searching desperately for him, but he's long gone. The woman had no clue what to do. I had no clue what to do. I called my supervisor and she had no clue what to do. And I called the manager and the manager had no clue what to do. There's no protocol for this. In the end, they took the woman over to another register and rescanned all her groceries so she could A, pay for them, and B, so we'd know how much they were as the man walked off with a receipt, and we would need to know how much to refund him if he came back. Thankfully, the woman was completely understanding, more amused and baffled than anything else. I still have no clue what happened to the man. If he had Alzheimer's or something, or if he just thought he was cutting in line to withdraw money, in which case he kind of deserves this, really. But I hope to God I'm not in the store when he comes back, because I'm kind of terrified of when he figures out what happened.
I don't know, maybe he was just trying to do a good deed and pay for a complete stranger's stuff, you know, pay it forward kind of thing.
Fuck it. Someone told me to pay it forward, that's what I'd do.
Yeah.
More to life than just money.
But if he was just trying to get cash back, then it's kind of an idiot.
Yeah, that's not how it works.
Well,
Number 5. Once upon a time, many years ago, I used to work at a big box store. I was a cashier and dealt with all sorts of nonsense, but this is my favorite customer interaction. A dad and his son, about 4-ish, comes through my line holding a Woody from Toy Story doll. Hey gentlemen, how are you? That's an awesome Woody you have there. We're great, thanks. We're just here to do the Binky trade-in. He winks at me with a please play along look. Oh, that's so exciting! It's been a while since I've done one. Can you remind me? When you're done with your Binkies, you trade them for a big boy toy. As he says this, he proudly gestures with a plastic baggie of pacifiers. Wow, you're big enough to trade them in already? This is a really great big boy toy to trade for. Can I see both of those so I can do the trade in the computer? I grab the doll and the baggies, scanning both, and hand the doll back to the little boy. Okay, buddy, I just have to slide my card so they know I think you're a big enough boy to do the trade. I'm gonna miss my Binky, but I have to be a big boy now. He looks at the baggies, but hugs his doll closer. His dad quickly pays and whispers that I can toss the baggie as soon as they're gone. You're a big boy. Thank you for doing the switch with me today. Enjoy your new toy. Thank you. It was a magical experience to watch that little boy grow up in such a quick exchange. You could see him walking out with such self-importance and pride as they left. I thought it was a sweet moment to be a part of. No.
Not gonna lie, that is the most wholesome thing I've seen so far.
I was gonna say that was actually a decent break from the chaos we've seen so far.
Yeah, this video's been a lot of wackos and Karens, and now we've got a dad doing a great deed.
That finally a parenting win.
Yeah. This guy knows how to parent.
Yeah, give it about 15 more years and the kid realizes what actually happened.
Right? That kid's gonna grow up and find this video on YouTube and be like, wait a minute!
Dad, we need to talk. You, me, living room, now!
Right? He's gonna wake his dad up at 3 o'clock in the morning and have a nice big people's court session in the living room.
Not gonna lie, that'd probably be me, but that's because my sleep schedule's fucked.
Right?
Okay, looks like it's back to the chaos.
Oh boy.
Number 4. It was around 2007 when I worked as a general merch/electronics/mobile phone monkey. I didn't sell many mobile devices though. I sold TVs. Lots of them. We had some funny moments revolving around what fits into what vehicle and what doesn't. This was before LCD TVs were the only thing you buy from Walmart. One of the last CRT-type 32-inch televisions that we ever carried was sitting on the sales floor, marked down to make room for LCDs, when a gentleman grabs my attention, and with his fancy Sunday best, proceeds to explain that he wants a new TV but he's so-so on those flat kind, and doesn't want to spend blah blah blah. Anyway, he settles on the largest CRT available, and the largest one I've ever lifted by myself, but not the heaviest CRT. We proceed to the checkout and I'm asking, what sort of vehicle are you driving? I've got a big car, it's no problem, it'll fit just fine.
I already have one word that can easily summarize what's about to happen. And the best response to this.
Oh, shit!
Bruh. Classic.
Meanwhile, 3 other people have gathered around him and I find out that these 3 are all riding with him. This isn't looking any better, but I pray for Rolls-Royce or Bentley or large SUV and wheel the TV out. Of course, the car is none of those. I'm waiting at the front door and a Pontiac Bonneville pulls up. I'm looking and the 3 people who I wrongly assumed weren't riding with him are waiting to get into this medium-large car and yet assume that the TV will still fit in the trunk. I know better. I tell him this probably isn't going to fit. The man, whose swagger had turned into a stagger, said, "Oh, it'll be just fine. You can go inside and grab me some rope so I can tie it to the back." "Sir, we don't have any rope for that purpose. You're welcome to buy some, but for liability reasons I can't help you tie it, and I certainly couldn't just give you rope for the same liability reasons. I'll wait right here. You go on inside and find me some rope." "I can't do that." "It's fine, honey. You go on inside. We'll take care of it from here." "Great. Have a nice day. Go get me some rope." Number 3.
Give me some what?
Some rope.
Oh.
He was asking for rope. He was asking for the store to supply him with rope so he could tie it to the back of his car, and it's like, you dumb motherfucker. You should have come in a truck or an SUV.
Yeah, good luck getting that massive thing in the back of that fucking car.
Or a minivan. Jesus.
Yeah. Dude, I'd say, why don't you go fuck yourself, but then again, what if there's a doppelganger, and imagine you have a doppelganger, and your doppelganger pisses you off, and you tell him to go fuck himself, and he bends you over and rapes you in the ass.
That just reminds me of that Schwarzenegger movie, The Sixth Day, when he tells the one guy, "You should clone yourself." Why is that? So you can go fuck yourself. I can easily summarize this guy with one video.
You're a stupid son of a bitch.
Dude.
Yes, I clipped the Joe Biden "what a stupid son of a bitch" hot mic moment.
Yeah. That also reminds me of the time I said how, when someone asked me, "Hey, how's playing the Third Age coming along?" "Well, I'm at Osgiliath, and it feels like it feels like I was tied to a chair. It feels like I was tied to a chair with a burlap sack over my head, 2 professional wrestlers taking turns beating the shit out of me, while a demon from hell is currently raping me in the ass." Yeah, that's the kind of time I was having trying to play that godforsaken game.
Ooh.
Too far?
If you want...
Those technically don't count as rape jokes.
Oh, trust me, that's nothing compared to some of the stuff that could come out of my mouth. But I won't use it because then then you'll probably end up coming from south up to Missouri from South Carolina just to kick my ass.
Try me. I actually might think it's funny. If you have a sense of humor, remember that.
I'm going to save that for other potential riff videos and just to see how it works.
Okay, fair enough.
Oh.
Let's move on.
I work in a department store, but for one of the concession brands and not the store itself. As such, I'm not always familiar with all the promotions running across the other departments. This conversation happened between myself and a smug, holier-than-thou man, who we'll call Idiot. Just a t-shirt today? That'll be this amount. I think you'll find that this brand of t-shirts are actually 25% off. No problem, I don't actually work for this department store, just this brand, so I wasn't aware the t-shirts were on sale. Let me just go double check the signage and I'll be back in a second. I power walk over to the brand's area, and sure enough there's a big sign that says 25% off this brand jackets and outerwear, but no specials on t-shirts. Thinking he's probably just misread the sign, I put on my best retail smile and return to the man at my counter, who is now tapping his foot impatiently. "I'm sorry, sir, the brand promotion is just 25% off of jackets." "Yes, jackets and outerwear." Yes.
T-shirts aren't outerwear, dumbass.
Dude, that fucking smile. I really hope that on the other side of this, he's not staring at a playground.
I think that's one of the airport clerks from Home Alone when Catherine O'Hara is trying to get trying to get back to Chicago. I think it's the guy in Scranton.
Yeah, well, he's fucking creepy. Get him out of here.
That's it. I think that's his nervous smile because he's afraid Catherine O'Hara is about to rip his head off and shit down his neck.
This was before Duke Nukem, I think.
Yeah, but Arlie Ermy used that phrase in '87 in Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah, well, is Arlie Army here? No. So calm your ass down, boy. That's fucking creepy.
You had best unfuck yourself or I will unscrew your head and shit down your neck.
Classic.
So, t-shirts, unfortunately, aren't covered by the promotion. You're telling me that this department store doesn't consider t-shirts to be outerwear?
Yeah.
That is correct, yeah. But you wear them outside. It's hard to disagree with that rock-solid reasoning. I know. But he still didn't get his tees on sale. Number 2. I helped a lady. Well, no, I didn't really provide any
Scene from Big
assistance
Bang
aside
Theory.
from...
What?
That's a scene from Big Bang Theory.
I know.
Trying to figure out which internet adapter he needs.
I don't know. I really don't care for that show.
Yeah. Not for everybody. Although I do borrow the quote, Gravity, thou art a heartless bitch.
Well, most sitcoms just don't do it for me. I think it's because oftentimes I find the laugh tracks distracting.
I don't know. Sometimes the laugh track at the right moment gets me laughing my ass off, so I almost piss.
I don't know. There's a lot of sitcoms I've seen where they just use a laugh track, and it feels like they're just spamming it like every other line the characters say. Especially nowadays, where these shows are clearly not being filmed in front of a studio audience.
Yeah, the shows that... I'm sorry, but if you're a sitcom and you're not filming in front of an actual audience, you're a fucking disgrace. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's like... that's why I prefer sitcoms from the 90s and 80s, because at least there's an actual goddamn audience laughing at it.
Yeah. Sue.
Yeah.
Well, no, I didn't really provide any assistance aside from maybe you should check with the manufacturer instead of opening then returning 5 laptops that work fine. She explains, I already returned 3 of these. Which laptop will work with my wireless? They all have wireless. They're essentially identical. If you're having trouble with wireless, I can't really help you. But returning laptops likely won't fix what's broken. Well, my son works with computers and he tried but told me he couldn't set it up. So which one will work with my Wi-Fi? I really don't know. They all have essentially the same hardware and the same wireless card built into them. That means they'll all do the same thing. You might try ordering directly from a manufacturer. Sometimes you get cheaper deals and better support packages. And of course you can order a machine that's a little better. This woman stormed off, still in a huff about all this, and apparently just returned her previous laptop, this time leaving with no laptop. We can't resell refunded computers, so this is a loss to the company. In a way, I did the company a favor by getting rid of her. Later on, clawing desperately at every possible opportunity to get away from retail, I went to meet someone about a job posting at CareerLink, state-run job search / list servers. This woman was behind the desk and she recognized me. She told me in no uncertain terms that she would not hire me for a labor position because she didn't like the way I handled this one retail event because she's a fuckwit and can't set up Wi-Fi. Number 1.
Go off, bro.
I mean, he isn't wrong.
Some people just shouldn't be allowed. Some seniors just should not be allowed to be unsupervised.
If she even is a senior, she might just be an idiot.
There's a lot of those too.
I mean, I'm not the most technologically literate person on the planet, but it wasn't that hard to set up Wi-Fi in my apartment.
Right. That'll happen.
It's really not that complicated. You just have to... You just have to not be a fucking idiot.
I wish luck to a lot of people in that department.
It was a Saturday evening in July and it was storming like a motherfucker. Meaning that when it stopped, it was going to be terribly humid outside. For some reason, I felt like that sort of atmosphere just lured the crazies out of whatever hole they squat in.
And he literally uses the scene of the crazies in Escape from New York. That's perfect.
Solid.
That is perfect.
Less than 30 minutes before my surface desk closed, I'm approached by a less than reputable looking man and woman carrying a bunch of shit they probably didn't understand. A brand new Blu-ray player, this was 2009, they still weren't that cheap, a huge spindle of blank Blu-ray discs, and several high-end HDMI cables. Apparently I hadn't met my quota of bullshit for the day, and these people were gonna get me over the line. Hey guys, what can I do for you? Yeah, my dad bought these and we want to bring them back. The dude lays out everything on the counter with a receipt. I'm kinda shocked. That was a shit ton of stuff to lift from the store, but I've seen more outlandish things happen. Maybe they were legit after all. They tell me nothing is broken or even opened. I start doing the return like normal, everything checks out, receipt is legit, boxes are still sealed, store number is okay, date is whammo. Shit had been bought from our store no more than 5 minutes earlier. And was it purchased with a card? Sure was. These assholes had used a stolen Visa to buy crap from the electronics department so they could come to the service desk and try to return it for cash. And then we danced.
Oh boy, we've got another money laundering scheme here.
Shit.
And then we danced, he says.
Oh, boy.
Okay guys, we gotta get back $328 on the Visa that it was purchased with. It should take about... No, we want cash. Alright sir, I'll have to get a manager to approve that. We'll need to see the card it was purchased with and a driver's license. They started to squirm. Well, my dad bought the stuff and he's out in the car. He's very sick and he can't come in.
Scheming shit. Yeah, that's how you know their plan. That's how they knew their plan was falling apart.
This nigga was clearly lying.
Bruh.
I've been saving that one for a special occasion.
God damn, we finally found it.
Now these people were in their late 40s. By the way, meaning dude's dad has to be pushing 70. What 70-year-old have you ever met who has any fucking business with 100 blank Blu-ray discs? I'm 26 and I can't figure out which TV channel my PS3 needs to be on half the time. I'm sorry to hear about that, sir, but without the card and his ID, there's nothing I can do other than refunding the amount to the card. They started to get loud. No, this is stupid, we just want the cash. Tell him, baby. This exchange went on for a bit, with me repeating the same information, this douche nozzle practically screaming for cash, and his rodeo queen giving him moral support. My manager had made his way over at this point, and stood perched off to the side watching the show. When they realized I wasn't budging, they made a bold move and called the dad in. I was stoked to get to meet Big Sick and Nasty in the flesh. An older guy comes in, getting around quite well, I must say. He storms up to the counter and screams in my face, I just want my goddamn cash, why are you doing this to me? Now this is when I had to decide between appealing to their sympathies for me as the lowly retail worker, or letting them know that I knew what the fuck was going on and they could all eat shit. I chose the former, because a far more epic idea popped into my head. Guys, if it were up to me, I'd help you out. But if I were to give you that much cash without an ID, I'd be fired in a heartbeat. If you come across the ID, you can bring the stuff back here, or, pay attention to this next part, take it to our other store across town. Until then, I can only put it back on the card. The seed had been planted. Now, we weren't letting up, but maybe the other store was a bit more lax. They said they understood, picked up the stuff, and scurried out the way. I turned to my manager, who simply looked at me, smiled, and said, "Make the call." "Hey guys, it's me from the store across town. Yeah, just giving you a heads up, I just had a few people come in trying to return this, that, and that, and we're quite certain they used a stolen credit card. They're probably heading your way. I'm sure you'll know what to do." Now, my curiosity was outrageous, like wanting to see Kathy Bates nude in About Schmidt, just to say that I had. As soon as my shift ended, I jumped in my car and bolted over to the other store. As I'm walking in, I see these 3 criminal masterminds trudging through the parking lot, releasing an onslaught of fuck that's and pieces of shit. Fortunately, they were so blind with rage that they didn't recognize this particular piece of shit pass by them. Otherwise, I'd say the story would have a far worse ending. I go inside and head over to the service desk. Sure enough, all their shit is sitting behind the counter. Cool guy from the store, who I'd only known through the phone, gave me this massive shit-eating grin when he sees my name badge. We were like the service desk equivalent of John McClane and Sergeant Al Powell.
Boss!
Badass!
Bro! That word's a yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Yippee-ki-yay, mother. Hey, that's my line.
We're like Riggs and Murtaugh in Lethal Weapon.
Needs more yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Well, no, you know what? The McClane and Powell comparison actually works, because they spent the entire movie just communicating through electronic devices.
Pretty much.
They came in and tried the same shit at this store. When the CSA wouldn't give in, they relented and had the money put back on the card. Justice, bitch. I went home that night and drank about 14 Busch Lights. Because fuck people. What did we learn here? Blu-ray is the ultimate home entertainment experience. D-Bay Cooper may be alive, but he sure as hell doesn't shop at a big chain retail store, and even if you hate your job, it feels awesome to look out for other people instead of your company. I like to imagine that person X had their credit card deactivated soon after this ordeal, and I like to imagine that we played a big part in keeping this headache from being worse than it already was. Hey everyone, Sir Aim here. Thank you so much for listening.
Nice. Okay, that was cool. That last one was dope.
Yeah. Okay, I got time for one more, so let's say we hop onto those night shift stories, eh?
Is it a top 15?
Yeah. And it's the one with the top one there.
Alrighty.
Number 15. So I get this job working at a convenience
oh god.
store in a shady part of town. They didn't care about my age and paid me under the table. So I was working the 9 p.m. to 7 a.m. shift, and this place is in the ghetto. This means I was working the fucking hell shift. One night in particular was more outrageous than the others. That would be Deer Man. At about 3 a.m. this man walks into my store. He's wearing absolutely nothing but a deer hide. Now this wouldn't be too crazy if it didn't seem like a freshly skinned deer hide. Like, naked dude, deer hide hanging over his shoulders like some sort of demented Superman with the fucking deer head on his head, antlers and all. He walked in and told me he had to find Santa. He was gonna save Christmas, and to do that he needed a free case of beer. When I told him no, he started stomping his feet and pointing his antlers at me. Finally, I gave him a case at half price. He made a horse sound and walked out. I was completely dumbfounded. Number...
Meth, not even once.
I get the feeling that was more alcohol than anything.
I have never known anyone to do something that outrageous while drunk.
You're right. It's more likely drugs.
The most outrageous thing I've seen a person do while intoxicated, or while at least drunk, was I watched a guy piss in my ex-brother-in-law's boots.
What the fuck? I'm sorry, what the fuck?
That, or there was one guy who, my mom's ex-boyfriend, who tried to drive who got really shit-faced, and tried to drive his truck through our single wide.
Bruh.
Yeah, he's no longer a part of our lives.
Thank God. Well, don't make me bring up that one time that someone decided to give me a Red Bull while I was hammered, and I jumped off the shed roof. Thinking I had actual wings. Red Bull gives you wings! Woo! Red Bull doesn't actually give you wings! Trust me, we've all been here. Just get off the shed. Woo! Jumps, leg goes through windshield, head hits the top of the car, knock the fuck out. 3 months before I turned 19.
Yeesh.
Yeah, it was pretty wild after high school. Alright, let's get this, let's move along. I don't have a lot of
Number
time.
14.
Yeah.
I used to work overnights at a popular gas station here in the Bible Belt. I am not from this part of the country, mind you. Also, it should be noticed that I worked alone. Anyway, one night, two 20-somethings come in at around 3 or 4 a.m. The van they ride up in is in terrible shape. No front plate, one headlight out, etc. As I'm doing my regular cleaning, they are wandering around. I keep my eye on them and realize both have filled soda cups twice since they arrived. On top of this, I see them stealing What Would Jesus Do wristbands and necklaces and shirts. These are $20 a pop. I note it for my manager to look into on video the next day. They come to pay for the drinks they have, having been very sketchy and asking for all kinds of free handouts. I was already on edge and ready to see them go. I ring them up for 2 sodas plus 2 refills each, roughly $3.50 instead of $2. They flip out. One lady was black, the other white. Black lady starts calling me racial slurs and insists on my bigotry due to me overcharging her. I ask them to please leave and never come back. They point out on camera how they stole from me. As they leave, the piece of shit van they have isn't starting, and I had enough time to walk around it and record the license plate number, all while being berated. Van finally starts and they crank into reverse, going the entire way out onto the road in reverse without turning on the headlights. It causes someone to hit them. The person is livid and calls the police. Cops show up and ask my statement. I give them a rundown and ask if they had any What Would Jesus Do stuff on them, as they said they shoplifted it. They did indeed, and it was going on the list of charges. Sweet justice to me, and the cop laughed for a good 5 minutes about the whole thing. No.
Oh, I love instant karma.
Well, hopefully, I'm not going to say this about the 2 women in the car, but hopefully the person that hit them wasn't injured.
Yeah, hopefully.
Especially, had to have been a big guy if he got super pissed off.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Oof.
Oh boy.
Number 13. I work as a night audit. Usually it's run-of-the-mill crazy, and sometimes it's just special. This old woman calls down to the front desk around 11 p.m. demanding that I turn off the cameras. At first I thought she meant the cameras in the hallway, and I explained that I can't. They're there for security reasons. Nope, she was convinced there were cameras installed in her room. I end up assuring her that I've turned off all the cameras in her room, and she hung up. My coworker just laughed and shrugged, and I sighed. I thought for sure I was going to have a crappy night. Oddly enough, it was quiet, so I just assumed the old woman was just sleep calling or something. In the morning, just before shift change, the old woman comes down and starts just yelling and screaming at me about how I stole her soul with the cameras in the room and demanded that I sell it back to her. Just to make her shut up, I say okay. She smiles politely and then hands me a $500 Monopoly bill and thanks me for being such a nice young girl. She drinks her coffee and eats breakfast like nothing has happened. Number 12.
The fuck?
This woman might be schizophrenic.
I about choked on my fucking soda. I'm glad it's been 4 or 5 years since I last watched this video because god damn it, funny.
What the shit? What the shit?
Oh, from my memory, it gets worse.
I'm a manager at a cell phone store. One night when I was particularly busy, an elderly lady walked up to the counter. She was visibly upset to the point where I thought she may have a nervous breakdown. She takes a deep breath, appears to compose herself to convey a horrific story to me, and says, "No matter what I do, I cannot get a dial tone on my cell phone. I've tried for hours. I have had this phone for years and I cannot afford another one." I inform her that I can take a look at her phone to determine the issue and hopefully resolve it for her, without her having to purchase a new phone. She solemnly reaches into her purse and pulls out the phone. The first thing I notice is that it looks nothing like any of the phones that we carry, and then I see across the top of the device it says Toshiba. Trying to keep my composure as well as not to embarrass her, seeing how distraught she was, I said, "Ma'am, that's her remote control for a television." She immediately becomes infuriated and yells, "You don't have to be such an ass about it," snatches her remote control from the counter and storms out through a store full of customers. Number 11.
I mean, I was already ready to say what the hell just from her saying she couldn't get a dial tone from her cell phone.
That's not... The fuck?
That's not how cell phones work.
You fucking dummy. Jesus.
But she brought her TV remote.
What a retard. It's like, I'm gonna quote Big Bang Theory real quick. When Leonard knocks on a door, here's Howard arguing with his mom, decides to leave. Howard answers the door, says, "There's nobody there. Crazy old lady."
Oh my god.
Just... Okay, give me a second to catch my breath.
What the fuck?
I'm getting the laughs out now. Okay, I think I'm good.
Okay.
I was working third shift in January in Iowa. About 4 a.m. a guy enters the store only wearing boots and boxers. He asks for water. I point to the coffee machine, and as I was beginning to explain that he would need a cup of ice because the water is extremely hot, he puts his mouth to the spout on the coffee machine and starts chugging. He finished and left the store and starts running down the street. About 30 seconds later, a cop car pulls up with the car lights on and came inside. I just pointed in the direction the guy was running down the street, and the cop said thanks and drove after him. Number 10.
What the fuck?
Drugs, man, they really fuck up your world.
What did I say earlier? Meth, not even once.
Yeah. Crack, heroin, drugs, fuck your head up, dude. No, that was definitely meth. That was definitely meth.
That had to have been meth.
It's just, oh my god.
Jeez.
It's like, hey, you wanna know how Nancy Thompson and her friends could have defeated Freddy easily?
Meth.
Just take a hit of meth. No sleep for 2 weeks, motherfucker.
Right.
It's like, I'll come for you in your dreams. See you in 2 weeks, puto. I don't care, that's still funny.
Oh, it is. It is.
Okay, I think I'm ready.
I was proposed to by an elderly woman about 10 minutes before we closed. As I was ringing her up, she suddenly pulls out a ring, looks at me, and says, "Nice cashier boy, will you marry me?" Her son, who was with her, came up and apologized and told me she had dementia. As they were leaving, she told me to keep the ring so I could give it to a nice girl one day. Number 9.
Well, that was nice of her.
That was
That started
not even funny. That was actually wholesome.
Yeah, it started off kind of what, and then it went in a very good direction.
Still kind of sad she had dementia though.
Yeah.
Be nice if there was a fucking cure. Be nice if there was a fucking cure already.
Yeah.
I worked a late evening shift in a convenience store years ago. I remember the day I quit like it was yesterday. A customer came in, looking in pain and walking funny, and asked for the bathroom keys. He ran to the bathroom awkwardly with his legs pressed together, stayed in there for about 5 minutes, then came back, said thank you, and left. Later I went to the bathroom, opened the door, and there was shit everywhere. On the walls, on the mirror, on the floor, even on the fucking ceiling. I shit you not. Yes, pun intended. To have shit on the ceiling implies that he literally flung his poo around. I called my manager and quit on the spot. Number 8.
What the fuck? Like that one scene from, I think, Dumb and Dumber and Bob Saget going, "There's shit everywhere."
I'm just thinking of that scene in Daddy Daycare when the kid comes out of the bathroom, tells Eddie Murphy, "I missed." And then Eddie Murphy goes into the bathroom and sees piss literally all over the place. And just replace the piss with shit and just have it and Eddie Murphy's reaction.
Pretty fucking much, man.
That's just what I'm picturing. I mean, it never shows the extent of how much piss is all over the place, but from the look on Eddie Murphy's face, you could pretty much just tell.
Yeah. There's piss everywhere, motherfucker. Okay.
I used to work at a homeless shelter on night shift.
Oh.
Saw a lot of odd happenings during those years, but by far the strangest thing was at night I thought I witnessed the beginning of a zombie apocalypse. Ned, a 35-year-old alcoholic, got up to have a smoke. I let him out into the courtyard and went to do some chores. This was at about midnight. So about 10 minutes later, I go look outside and Ned is gone. This isn't weird because, as noted, Ned is an alcoholic and it was still bar time. I sit at my desk and start doing paperwork when I hear rustling outside. I look up and I see Ned in the window with blood on his face. I open the door and ask him what happened. That's when he growled at me and ran forward with his arms out. So I slam the door and back away. Ned fumbles with the knob and growls some more. Another guy at the shelter comes by the office and sees this and slowly backs away. Ned then stopped trying to get in and began running around the yard growling and trying to climb a fence. I call 911 because I don't know what the fuck is happening. The dispatcher is so confused by my description that she says she will send police to talk to me. The cops show up and Ned runs at them growling. He hurls himself over the fence to do this. One cop pulls his gun while the other pulls a taser. Neither fire. I'm watching this from the window with the other client. The cops are yelling at Ned, who all of a sudden gets up, walks towards my door, grabs a cigarette butt, and lights up. The cops approach him with their weapons still out. He looks at them, smiles, and says, "I didn't do it, man." Turns out Ned has a seizure disorder that causes him to run around rather than fall over and shake. But to me, dude went full on zombie. Number 7.
Told ya. There's someone talked about that. Someone thought the onset was going to be apocalypse.
Excuse me, but what the fuck?
Hey, again, I feel a little sympathy for the guy because, he had a seizure disorder.
Yeah. I have never heard of seizure disorders like that. I mean, I knew a guy who had a seizure disorder, but he never did that.
Yeah, I don't expect me to explain the growling because I don't fucking know either.
Yeah, I don't think I want to know.
Yeah, let's just move on.
I worked night security for 2 years. One night, at around 2 a.m., an unnaturally thick fog rolled into town. I was sitting on a bench next to a big hill that drunks usually walk down. However, tonight, through the mist, came Jesus Christ, or at least a guy dressed like him. Everything. Robe, crown of thorns, sandals, sash, all the fixins. He simply walked by us, said, "Peace be with you," and disappeared into the mist again. It wasn't Easter or Christmas weekend, so it really made no sense why someone would dress up like that. Number 6.
Stephen King's The Best Sounding Ass.
That's just the thing where it's like after it happens, all you can really say is
Anyways.
The fuck? Just that too.
anyways.
Yeah.
I worked the night shift at a 7-Eleven for years. One night, a woman came in to get coffee and she was crying. I made the mistake of asking her what was wrong. She started crying harder and told me a demon had touched her sweater and her angel wings had burned off. She started hysterically crying and told me she had to find a priest to bless her and her sweater. This was around 2 a.m. She was inconsolable, had tears running down her face, and asked me, "Do you think my angel wings will grow back?" I tried to sound as optimistic as possible when I said, "I hope so." Number 5. A couple.
What?
Drugs. Not even once, man.
Literally.
Pulled up to get some gas after the bars closed. They were both drunk and arguing. The guy had gotten out and started to fill the car with gas when the chick came out of the car, snatched the nozzle, and sprayed him down in gas. While he was screaming and freaking out, she calmly opened the passenger door, reached into the glove box, and got out a small box of matches. She then started to flip them towards him off the box so they would be lit and sailing towards his gas-soaked body. He ran off up the highway and she was in hot pursuit. Number 4.
The fuck?
Again, I hope my marriage doesn't escalate to that.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
I guess you could say that night it was a night of burning passion. Well, burning shit for each other.
Yeah! Down. Just cue the intro from CSI Miami.
Just, fuck, man. Yeah, definitely. That's all I got. Burning hatred.
Just cue the intro from CSI Miami after that one-liner.
Right. Yow! Dun 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 dun.
Bow, 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 down, down.
Uh-huh. That picture makes me nervous.
Yeah. Oh God. Isn't that the guy from those Six Flags commercials they used to run on TV all the time?
I think so. Let's find out.
I think it is.
A few weeks ago, I had this strange older guy come in. The thing was, he didn't just come in, he danced in, moonwalked in a way. He asked for a small package of Belmonts, and I said, "Small in stature or in numbers?" I suppose he was charmed by this, because afterwards he stuck around to chat with me. He gave me his card and said he was a lawyer, then did some weird coin flipping tricks and left. Number 3.
I mean, that old guy did dance a lot.
Probably is the old guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember those Six Flags commercials from back in the day. I knew that was him.
Yeah.
I kept wanting to sing Blue, but I was like, wait, that's not the song they used.
Yeah.
Anyways.
A couple walk up to me that seem to have just started dating. They're in that stage where they can't keep their hands off each other. They buy a pack of cigarettes and are practically screwing each other against my booth as I ring them up. As they walk away, I notice a white car pull up to them, and the couple and the driver begin talking. I begin the procedure to close the gas station. I exit my booth and notice that the 3 people aren't talking, but arguing. It becomes obvious that the driver of the car is the ex-girlfriend, and she was dumped so the guy could start dating the new girl. The last bit of conversation I hear is the guy saying, "Fuck you, if you're not gonna handle this rationally, we're done talking." The guy and girl start walking away. Girl in the car says, "Don't you walk away from me, you son of a bitch." She then floors it, missing the couple by a couple of feet at best. She then spins around in the parking lot and makes another attempt at it, barely missing one of my gas pumps in the process. She then takes off. I called 911 and security. She was charged with 2 counts of attempted murder. Nope.
It's my time of the month. It makes me do crazy shit.
Sounds like Harmony. Till Lily gave her a front wedgie at McDonald's, of course. I still wish someone got that on video. Because I could have sent it to you.
Right.
And we could have freaking went live just fucking roasting the shit out of it.
Right. I still want to do I still want to do that WTW white trash wrestling commentary thing I talked about doing last year.
Do it. And the manager's calling for disqualification. The manager's calling for a disqualification. How else did the rest of it go?
I don't remember, dude. It's been a while.
It was fucking wild, though. I had to stand up for a second. My knee said, I had to stand up for a second. My knees about said, "Fuck you, not today."
Okay.
Yeah, let's move on.
Number 2, 10 o'clock at night. I was informed by a cashier that a woman had been on one of the payphones for over 3 hours. This was before cell phones were common. I shrug it off. We have other payphones available. No one was complaining. She wasn't causing a scene. If she or the other person wanted to continue to pay for it, that's her problem. 11:30 comes rolling around. We close at midnight. Noting that she's still on the phone, I mention to her that we'll be closing in half an hour and that she'll need to continue her call from somewhere else at that time. She nods. I walk away. Midnight rolls around. We have a cop on duty on weekends who's making a sweep of the store to make sure no one is still inside that doesn't belong there. I walk over to the woman and tell her she's gonna have to leave because of her clothes. She tells me to go fuck myself. I inform the cop of the woman. He walks over to her. "Ma'am? Ma'am, it's time for you to leave now." She turns her back to the cop and continues talking. He then walks around to face her again, and she does the same thing. He's now agitated. "Get off the phone now." She shoves her hand in his face, turns her back again, and keeps talking. He grabs the phone and hangs up. She proceeds to jump on the cop and beat the shit out of him, which results in her getting arrested. Number 1.
How much change did she have to where she could be on the phone for however long she was?
Good God, man.
And was she standing there the whole time, or did somebody just eventually just roll a chair over to her or something? Like, what the shit?
Hey, some people have a lot of willpower.
I don't talk to you for that long.
What?
I don't talk to you for that long a time period. Because I assume by midnight it had to have been way longer than the 3 hours.
Probably. Keep in mind, there were a few times where we had 3-hour streams, but we were on the call for close to 4 to 5 hours.
Yeah, but same time, I mean, I don't know how long they were on that call, but still.
Yeah, it's a certified bra moment.
I wouldn't, when my dad was alive, I wouldn't talk to him on the phone for that long.
Yeah. A lot of times I call my dad, it's to tell him to bring home someone from Walmart. Or because text won't go through, that I unlock the next weapon in Modern Warfare 2 for him. Yeah, it's a team effort leveling up shit on Call of Duty for us. It's been that way for over 10 years.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
He'll play, I'll play. It's just how it's always been.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
And I hope it's a tradition that goes on for at least maybe another 10 years.
Yeah, here's open.
Because I guarantee my dad because in 10 years my dad will be 66. But I guarantee you, he'll still be playing Call of Duty. My dad's been a gamer since he was like 10.
Fair enough.
When the Atari 2600 was still first popular.
Yeah. See, my dad didn't start getting into games until the NES came out. He wasn't sold on the Atari, but Nintendo and Super Mario Brothers was a different story.
Yeah, speaking of Nintendo, guess what I found on the PS Store?
What?
Super Star Wars.
Huh.
The Super Nintendo trilogy of original trilogy Star Wars games.
Yeah.
And they're on PS Plus, so if I wanted to, I can go inside and download it and play it on the channel.
Nice. I've got.
And I'm considering it.
You should. They're pretty. They're tough as hell, but they are pretty good games. I mean, I've still got my physical cartridge copies of them.
Yeah.
I think I have them downloaded to my emulator too.
Yeah. It's the one trilogy of games besides the Atari trilogy that James Rolfe didn't give a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Like, a bantha just took a shit from my window. Fuck. Jabba Sports Unleashed, that was a good one. Or something, I don't know. I have to go back and rewatch the Star Wars video.
Right.
But it's like, I present to you the beat a game button. Plug it in, attach the plug it into any console, press the button, the game is beat. Dude, if I had possession of the beat a game button, you'd have to form a resistance to stop me. Okay, the break from the craziness is over. Let's finish this.
Last story.
Was patrolling a federal building one night around 2 a.m. There's a flight of stairs that seems about 2 stories tall that leads from one area of the buildings down to the courtyard in front of the main building. I saw a guy leave one of the federal buildings with a briefcase and what I thought was a computer, but it turned out to be a skateboard. He proceeded to try to rail down the enormous amount of stairs on the handrail. He made it about 60% of the way down and then fell. He looked like he was mangled as he rolled down the last part of the stairs, briefcase still firmly in hand. I ran over to see if he was dead, and I got about 20 yards from him and he jumped up, bleeding from his face and limping, grabbed the skateboard and whatever fell out of his pocket, and just got into a cab that had just pulled up and drove away. There was a trickle of blood all the way to where he got into the cab. After getting to the bottom of the stair area, he must have fallen down at least 200 feet of concrete stairs. It was insane, and I just kind of sat there and looked at it for about 20 minutes or so before going about my business. They had a video of it in the camera room inside, but only at the bottom of the stairs where it showed him get up and walk away. It was unreal. Got an idea for a top...
What the fuck?
Bruh. Damn.
John Wick, after being Sparta kicked down the soccer core steps, looking ass.
Lucky he didn't break his fucking neck.
Yeah. And I think those steps were like 220 some odd steps.
Bruh.
Marco Zaror just Sparta kicked him straight down from the top all the way back down to the bottom.
At least it wasn't the stairs in Joker.
Yeah.
I feel like you hit the bottom of those stairs, it doesn't matter how much of an impact you make, you instantly fucking die.
Right.
And if the impact doesn't kill you, Joaquin Phoenix just walks by with that revolver, shoots you in the back of the head, and just keeps going down the street.
Dancing as he does so.
You get what you fucking deserve.
I still do not know how that sequel that they're working on how that's gonna work. Apparently they've wrapped filming on it and they're now in the editing stage.
Yeah. Apparently it's gonna have Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn.
Yeah, which when I heard she was gonna be in it, that was immediately what I was thinking was, oh, she's gonna play Harley. They're making it as a goddamn musical.
I guess we'll see.
I mean, that's one way to do it.
I doubt. I mean, Joker's a showman, so it kind of makes sense.
Yeah?
I don't care how they do it, as long as it's not like Les Mis.
Or Cats.
Oh, God. Why'd you have to put that mutilated mascot monstrosity back in my head?
Oh, Cats. The only movie in Hollywood history that actually got post-launch DLC.
Fuck. Well, I'd hate to say it, but I'm afraid that about caps it for this Reactstravaganza, or Nothing Stream, whatever.
Yeah, the stream about nothing. So,
Have fun.
Yeah, it was, it's been a good time.
But unfortunately, I have responsibilities to take care of.
Yep, and I will not keep you from them. So, with that in mind, thank you guys for watching, and we will catch you all later.
On Friday.